people in here. What's up, Ken? Good to see you, Ken. What's up, Gulf Coast Liquidations? Good to see you guys. Guys, I'm going to make you a mod, Ken, just in case things get a little crazy in here. So, there we go. So, today, I know that I had a lot of comments in my YouTube videos about different questions that you guys might have had for Whatnot. And so I'm here to answer those questions. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll answer those to the best of my abilities. And again, Ken, make sure to follow SSK Promo here. He's a seasoned Whatnot veteran, and he can also help you answer those questions. I'm here to support and not be supported. Thank you so much, Andy. I appreciate you. So we're here. We're here. And ask your questions. Oh, here we go. Squirrel. I got to put the thing for Kristen on here. Let me see here. Let's see here, Kristen. Give me a sec, Kristen. Let's see here. Oh, I got to run it as a... Okay, cool. All right. So if you have any Whatnot questions, please let me know, and we can answer those to the best. So you caught the live finally. Thank you so much, Thrifty Cycle Chick. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. What's going on, Chris? Good to see you guys. We're gonna have way more Pokemon shows each and every Tuesday night, Chris. So if you're interested, yesterday, look at here, sold some evolutions, Evolving Skies. Sudden death. There you go, Kristen. Volume seems a little low tonight, at least for me. Come on, Ken. Can you guys hear me okay? Maybe I need to be closer. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Yes. Turn off my Bluetooth. Maybe something is connected to it. So, can you hear me now? There we go. So, yeah, if you have any Whatnot questions, let me know. Great on my end. Perfect. So, again, this is for you guys. I know that we had some videos on the YouTube and people constantly are asking questions, and I thought this would be a good way for me to answer those questions. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I'm going to try to do these more often. So let me know. Do you guys have any Whatnot related questions? If not, we'll just talk Whatnot, I guess. I know that I noticed when I jumped on here today that the opening screen and stuff is a little different. Like the logo, the Whatnot logo is just a little different. So I thought that was kind of neat. And yeah, so put your questions in the chat. Yes, I've been grinding, trying to grow my followers a bit. So a good way to do that is that be consistent. Of course, consistency is key. Ken will tell you here. Kristen will tell you here. Bearded will tell you here. And make sure to do giveaways. Wow, a raid. I guess I got to do a giveaway. So we just got raided. So if you don't know what that is when you people that are on a different show are coming in here and rating you. So we're gonna do a gift card. So we're gonna do a gift card. Gift card on me, $5 gift card. Gift card. So I don't even know who was that, K-Way? Thank you, K-Way. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. So we'll give away a gift card. And a good way to gain more followers is to get rated. And do giveaways. So we're gonna run the giveaway. Everyone, get in the giveaway. Free $5 Starbucks gift card on me. Put your questions in the chat. I think let's see here. Thank you so much, K-Way, for the raid. And guys, If you don't know, my name is Ray, the Nashville Flippers. I sell stuff on here. I do Pokemon cards and electronics. KOA says you accepted cancellation. You says I don't. I do accept cancellations most of the time, depending on what it is. So, put your questions in the chat. What was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. So how do I put the number of pools in the bottom box? What do you mean by bottom box? You're talking about like right here, like number of items or number of. I think somebody else had a question earlier. Can if you could help me out with that? Let's see here. You think it's better to have a niche or is it okay to sell a bunch of different things? That's a great question. So I think it's better to have niche specific shows unless you're doing yard sale categories or like storage unit categories or stuff like that. So like on Tuesdays we have Pokemon shows and then usually on a Saturday we'll do like electronics and I like to sprinkle some other stuff in there. So I would say niche specific shows, but of course once you start getting really big, it really doesn't matter. You can pretty much sell whatever. But yeah, I would say niche specific. Like if you're selling clothing, sell men's clothing or women's clothing, all that stuff. But yeah, great question. My first live is this Saturday, so I'm a little nervous. Don't be nervous. Let us know. Ken, if you can put at follow thrift tastic thriftastically chick on there that would be good and we can all follow her and go support her on Saturday. So I'm gonna go ahead and follow you. So follow. Let's see here. um my first live show, I'm here to ask important questions. That's right, KY said to spam the yes, the we'll unmute this word. Oh, I can't unmute it. Do you iron all your goods? Like the clothing? Ethan Ethan asked, do you iron all your goods? Are you asking about clothing? Let me know. Okay, always says to accept cancellations. Yeah, I mean, depending on the cancellation, of course, you don't want to. I never accept cancellations that say my kid, grabbed my phone and he ordered a bunch of stuff. Like, come on now. Yeah, since I do not iron anything. Yeah, see, I don't iron anything too if it's clothing. You just get it in, get it out. So how do I put the numbers in the bottom? Yeah, yes, like this 106. That's a great question. So when you go and put your item in auction, like when you create the listing, there's a spot to put multiple quantities, and you just put the multiple quantities on there. So for instance, if I'm in the auction tab and I go to add a create a quality listing, I can upload the picture, of course. So we'll do that. I'm doing one right now. So Pokemon cards, title, Pokemon, and the title, and then the description. You can put something there. And then we can go to quantity available. That's where you can put your different, how many of that one item that you have. And then you put all the other stuff that you need. So if you go to, so I just published it, and if you go into my auction tab, you can see that there's a Pokemon with a quantity of 100 with a David Beckham picture on there. So when you sell that quantity, so like if I'm running a Pokemon pack and it sells, I'll say number one. So I got to make sure to write on something that's going to be number one. And then the next one is going to be number two and number three and number four and so on and so forth. So yeah, let's see here. What's your favorite Pokemon? That's a great question. Favorite Pokemon is Squirtle. I'm a member of the Squirtle squad myself. Shout out to Squirtle, and he is my favorite Pokemon. The reseller draft on YouTube is no more. We've taken a little bit of a hiatus, so we might come back very soon. You never know. You never know. So the winner is the giveaway. Who's going to win the giveaway? Stella Trove, congratulations. You are the winner. A free Starbucks gift card on me. Or maybe I'm gonna send you maybe like a, I don't know, like a McDonald's or What's another one? Taco Bell, something like that. Barf, my wife says. So let's see here. Not even the hard goods. Do you iron? Yeah, don't iron the hard goods. So iron plus. Some people wash their plushies, believe it or not. Golf clubs, definitely iron the golf clubs. So, do you wash them? I feel like I'd rather let the clients use their preferred cleaning product. Yeah, if you're selling clothing, I know K-Way, you can attest to this. I've never, even if I'm selling on eBay, never really wash anything. So just rock and roll, baby. So bookmark, yes, bookmark. Thrifty Chicks' first show. Let's go and support. Do you use stickers? What do you mean by that, Sandra? Do you use stickers for like to put like the numbering system? See, Kristen washes everything. Personal preference, since the item is reflecting on me, I want to make good impression. There you go. I guess it also depends on the item, right? Like if you're selling like over $100 item, you might want to wash it. But if we're here when you're doing like t-shirt battles or something like that, I mean, what's up, resale daddy man? What's going on, man? Good to see you. Vintage Finds from Texas says, I wash things with non-toxic cleaner, so it looks better, but doesn't put anything on the right. There you go. I think it's preference. I think it's a preference. Make sure to follow Rural Squirrel. She sells plush live from the bins. So if you like plush, check that out. Super awesome. Just had another sale from a meetup. Nice, Angie. What did you sell? People went crazy on my Facebook because I didn't iron a shirt in my last video. So that's why I'm messing around with the ironing question. That's great. That's fantastic. Do you use bloops and how do you set those up? I don't know what that is. I don't know what a ploop. I don't know what a ploop is. Someone fill me in. Right? It takes so much time. We wash most clothing items. Do not iron though. There you go. Leather reds. No, nice. FYI, I don't wash the plush. See, it's a preference, right? Like, do you wash? I, every clothing item that I have ever sold, I have not washed. So, bloops were gifting, but that was gone away. Bloops are gifting. I didn't know that, Ken. So I have no idea what that is or what that was. So okay, real question, not about ironing. Do you take commissions on hard goods, action figures? I don't take commissions just because that seems like a lot of work. Um, but who does Bearded Thrifter does commissions? I think I'm not 100% sure. I think Paul Philly Flipper might do commissions. It's just a lot of work, like you got to think of like the end game, like tax time, like 1099ing the commissions. It's just like it's a lot of work. So, and of course, the buyer or the the person that's doing the commissioning has to take a cut, and then they have to take a cut, and then you got to agree to it, and they might not be happy about it. So I don't do that, and I don't see why anybody would. I'm a seller. Can I promote my first show? I'm a new seller. Yeah, let's promote. Let's promote your new show, Mimi Pop Deals. Let's promote. Let's promote. Do you think, especially as a new seller, that I should list my items prior to the show, or should I post it as a list for the auction? So, you definitely, as a new seller, I would recommend that you at least post the stuff that you want to get the most money out of. Okay, really, I would post everything. To this day, when I'm doing my electronic shows, I post everything, and this is how I do it. So it doesn't take a lot of time. So at the end of the week, I know that every Saturday I'm having an electronic show, right? And I know what I'm going to be selling at those shows. So what I do is I take a picture of the item and take a picture of the item on a scale, right? And I do that for all of it. So throughout the week, whenever I have some downtime or whatever, because the show's already there, it's already listed. People can already see it. So If I'm just hanging around, dude, I'm putting an item up. I'm putting an item up. I'm putting an item up, right? So that's how I do it. It saves a lot of time. So you're not just like stuck in one place, taking a picture and weighing it or whatever. I've already got those pictures up. I don't know how much it weighs, and I'm just boop, 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 I'm putting it in. I could be standing in line at the Publix waiting on a pub sub. I'm there. I could be sitting in the toilet, you know, putting it in there. I could be, just anywhere, and I can, doing that. So that's how I do it. Check out yes, consignment chats on YouTube. Perfect. A poopy poster, my wife says. So let's see here. Yes, I would pre-list your items, especially if a new seller. See, perfect, smart, and the way that you have, yeah, that's how I do it. I used to do that with eBay too. So like I would take the pictures of the items and then put it on a scale, and then for the week I'm like I'm listing. Do you boost your shows? Do you see the return value on boosting? I don't boost any of my shows. I know there has been people on here that have paid to boost the show, but I don't boost any of my shows. I don't know anybody that does. Ken, Kristen, let me know if you guys boost your shows, but I wouldn't see how that would really help, to be honest with you. So I know that you would probably be discovered more, but maybe in the beginning to boost your shows or something like that, or just do community shows like this. And but Josh, what kind of items do you sell? I was trying not to cause a hate listing, but gonna have to do it for sure. Pro tip: there you go. Until you are established in a full understanding of the process, I highly recommend it. There you go. There you go. I'm gonna ask that good question. I do not boost my shows. So glad I came here. You guys are amazing. Well, appreciate you. Appreciate you. And guys, make sure to follow Kristen and Real Squirrel on here. Make sure to follow Ken SSK Promo. I think Ken, are you having a show tomorrow? Is that right? See, Ken doesn't boost either. It's the most important part, I think, of Whatnot is being part of a Whatnot community, right? So let's say that you sell like yard sale items, right? Like go into the different yard sale people that do yard sale items and type in the chat and say hi to the people, and that's how you'll gain followers and they'll get to know you just by like joking around in the chat, all that good stuff. So no show tomorrow, has some other priorities to attend to. So, but still, Ken has shows like all the time. I'm gonna sell a lot of different stuff, books, sports cards, vinyls, knickknacks tomorrow. Having a yard sale. I'm thinking about running during that. There you go. There you go. What category are you selling it at? Are you selling it under the yard sale category? I would think, right? I think that's a great idea too. I think that's a great idea too. But I've had people boost my shows for me during the show. It's an icon on the right side of the people can choose to tip. Exactly. Yeah. But I don't think I'm just curious to see how that works. I know one good way. I've only ran about 6 to 7 shows total, so not sure. Okay. I know that one good way, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Ken and Kristen, but if you're consistently doing a giveaway, there's something about the algorithm or the thing that does it to where they'll get people into the shows. I know these are good ways to get people into your shows, right? Always list your shows way ahead of time, and when you're on, tell the people, hey, I'm going to be going on this day, or whatever. But things that you're doing during a show that can boost the shows is doing giveaways, having good chat interaction, people commenting, people saying hi, tapping on the screen. If you guys tap that screen, even if you don't buy anything, if you tap on the screen, you know, like if you tap that screen, you see the little hearts. Um, that helps with the algorithm that and all that stuff. And I think if you're selling a lot of items and you're making good money, I think Whatnot prioritizes that show, because the more money that you make, the more money that they're going to make. So just those are just some things that you can do within the show: giveaways, tell the people to, comment, interact in the chat, tap the screen, and just have a good time. Definitely giveaways, because you'll see whenever we run a giveaway, it'll be like 20 people, then you run a giveaway and it'll jump like 10 people. It'll jump like 20 people. So another good way to keep people in your show is to have a buyer's giveaway. So because they can't win the buyer's giveaway unless they're in the show. So that gets them an incentive to stay in the show. So definitely do a buyer's giveaway. My buddy's running the yard sale with me, sells a ton of Pokemon. Was thinking about running some of those, not sure how to set them up at the yard sale. Or yeah, I would put them in a binder, sell them as a binder. That's what I would do. I tried listing and still found it was hard being on camera and moving back and forth the camera to the computer to add another item. I would, if you're gonna do like one or the other, I would recommend if it's just you and you're listing something, oh, do it here on the phone. Don't do it on the computer unless you have somebody else that's helping you. Okay. I wouldn't recommend doing two devices if it's just you. That's just me because I get confused. I know if you get confused, I don't know. It's just too much and you're getting confused. So I always like to, if I'm adding something, I'm doing it right here. I'm doing it right here. I'm running everything right here. That's why um, I like to go ahead and pre-list everything just because it's already there and I'm there. I'm there. I'm running it. But when I have a lot of items and I want to go quick, I definitely have somebody else that's helping me. Thought I had to use both, like Poshmark. You don't have to use both. You don't have to use both. You can list everything right here. So if you go to the right and you hit shop, and there's a little plus sign on the bottom right, you can just add your item there. So, but I would recommend adding everything you're going to sell prior to the show, just because it'll just be easier. It'll just be easier, and you're just flowing. You're rocking and rolling, and you don't have to like stop because you're looking at it and you're like, oh, what am I doing? Oh, okay, this, okay, that. Like people don't want to see that. People don't want to see that. But if you have to do it, bear with me, let's do this, get the conversation rocking and rolling. So yeah, you don't have to do both. I know that Poshmark is doing live, but you don't have to do both. Um, yeah. But if you have somebody helping you, it'll go way quicker if you do both. So you can do it on the iPad or you can do it on another phone. I know that when Ken has his big shows, I think he has Jill is helping him. So yeah, let's see here. How about for us who don't have a following on social? Would promoting and doing giveaways be smart way to get traffic in the beginning? I would think so. Giveaways for sure, but the big thing is consistency, 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 and bring good stuff. And try promoting or try doing the giveaways. Um, but just like any business, you might not break even for a little bit. You're trying to get that following. You're trying to get that following, and yeah. What kind of stuff do you sell? Yeah, you and guys, make sure you have like a good setup right here. Okay, so right behind me, I have a Ring camera, so you can see my face, and my phone is on a tripod, and I'm not playing music right now. I usually do play some music, but play some music that is vibing. You know what I mean? Don't play like things that like with cursing and stuff in it. Like it kills the mood. So like, watch this. I'm gonna turn my ring light off so you can just see the difference between it on and off. You see that? Like if you come into the stream and you see this, it's kind of like low quality, like you're not really like, I don't know. Like I wouldn't want to be in a stream that looks like this. So just have your tools ready, you know. Look how much better that looks. You can see my pretty face a lot better, my curly hair. I mean, we're rocking and rolling here. We're rocking and rolling here. So speaking of pre-listing, if an item you sell out, let's see here. Speaking of pre-listing, if it's an item you sell all the time, is there a quick way to add that, or do you have to relist all the info every time? You have to list it. Well, you can put it in the buy it now. Um, of your store, like your profile, and then when you're on your show, you can take any buy it now item and put it into your show so you don't have to list it every time. But just make sure like you might want to like bump up the price in your buy it now and then change the price when it's in the auction in your show. That's one way to do it. But yeah, that's just one way to do it. I think I lost my spot here. Let's see here. Let's see here. Super easy to duplicate as assign multiple shows. Find the item in your inventory page and just there you go, Kristen. You have to clone your item previous shows to easily add it to your next show. There you go. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot you could do that. That's if it doesn't sell though, right, Ken? Can you clone an item that uh, sold? Having our first show on Saturday means men at 5, all low starts, all already lady plus size at 7:30. All right. Having our first show. Got it. Got it. What's up, Brian? Good to see you. I sell vintage clothing, retro stuff, 50 to Y2K jewelry antique. That's awesome. That sounds awesome. Men start to, oh, wow. Big sizes here. Big sizes. But drop your questions, guys. And I hope you we're kind of answering these questions for you. Shout out to Kristen, shout out to Ken, some of the veterans in the game as well. So make sure you guys give them a follow for sure. But we're gonna start doing these more often. I think Thursday nights work for me, and yeah. So make sure to bookmark all of our shows. You know, so you'll see all of our shows already scheduled. Pokemon on Tuesdays. What was I saying? Pokemon on Tuesdays, electronics on Saturdays. Appreciate the help and the info. Yeah, for sure. And if you have any other questions, drop them in the chat. I know people are usually confused about shipping and listing and all that stuff. Yeah, you definitely don't have to use both devices. I wouldn't recommend it unless you have somebody that's helping you with the other device. It just gets confusing. It gets confusing, and you want to focus on actually presenting the item and selling the item because you're sellers, you're QVC here, you know. So this might be, this is a garbage pail kid card, right? You're like, you can come up here and say, all right, guys, we're running this garbage pail kids for $1. Who wants to buy this garbage pail kid? You're not selling the card. You gotta be like, guys, check out this garbage pail kid card. This thing is absolutely fantastic. Let's flip the camera and give you a closer look. I think that's my boy Benjamin Franklin, Ben Bow, and look at that holographic pattern. My goodness, that's Chef Kiss. And guys, did I mention that this is a number 40 to 250? Come on now, guys. You gotta want to get this garbage pail kid card. So you gotta sell the item. Gotta sell the item. Let's see here. Oh yeah, shipping. How to set up a lower shipping rate for carts. Make sure you have white envelope turned on your shipping, and then when you do your shipping on your cards, if I'm just selling cards and I'm doing a card shipping show or a card selling show, I do max 9.95 shipping because I can put everything into a one of those flat rate boxes, or yeah, one of those USPS boxes, and it's only going to cost me up to that. And if you're just selling one card, you can put it in a white envelope. So another thing, I see a lot of people running things at $1 on their first lives. I don't want to do that. Like, why? Are they making money? They're not making money because you gotta look at the percentage. I mean, you're losing money unless you're getting for the item for free, right? If you want to run something at $1, I would recommend running it at $2. So let's see here. That card. How would you set up low cost shipping for that? So that's easy. So when you do that, make sure you have the white envelope turned on, and that's like in your settings or something. So if you do trading cards, sports cards, and Pokemon cards, you can toggle on that white envelope card. So if you sell one and the shipping is like you put like an ounce because it's like nothing, right? So list this as an ounce and a white envelope, and it'll just go on a white envelope, and then the labels. I actually have one right here. The labels will be printed off looking like this. And if you don't have a label printer, that would be the number one thing. The first thing I would invest in if you're going to do whatnot is buying a label printer because it's so much easier. You don't have to cut paper, glue paper, or anything like that. So I know Kristen's in the chat. Shout out to Kristen. Kristen actually has a discount code with Jaden's that you can go on there. Jaden's printer. Drop the discount code, Kristen, and go to Jaden's.com, get you a printer, use code, I think it's Squirrel Squad or something like that. So yeah, I had such a hard time and got off after. Yeah, definitely. Like I wouldn't recommend it at all. I live right here. Oh, and another thing, I see a lot of people running. Yeah, the dollar thing. Check out the first class shipping option and your shipping setup. List your cards in the card or sticker category. There you go. What's up, Jill? You're doing random pulls, then yes. I see you are preloading your items. It doesn't matter. So I would recommend doing dollar starts unless you're exactly. Yeah, unless you're a big name and like if you have a good item that it's not going to sell for that it's going to sell for $1, then it doesn't matter. Like I can list these Evolving Skies packs starting at $1 all day long, and I know that they're not going to sell for $1. So thinking, why do you do yourself start at $5? I need to get a label printer. Label printers, yes, label printers. The one thing that you recommend is a label printer. I would recommend making separate listings for weight. Yes. Did I miss? Did I miss Angie's question somewhere? Would you recommend keeping items in your shows of similar weight or making shipping less? Similar items, yeah, making with similar weight for sure. Keep thinking, why do you do? Let's see here. Use code Squirrel Squad at Jadens.com for the discount. I can't remember, what is it, 20% off, Kristen, or 25? I can't remember. 10. I'm not that far from you. I live in Bowling Green. Nice, right? Because you think of the following, put the time. Yeah, I need a scale, dude. You can get a scale anywhere at Walmart, Amazon. Scales are like cheap. Squirrel Squad works for your label printers, labels too, not just your printers. There you go. So you can continually get a label printer. I'll show you what my label printer is. So I'll show you my little setup here. So this is only when I do my Pokemon shows. I do it here out of my office here in my home. So I got my label printer right here. As you can see that right there, label printer. My boy Ken right there, wishing me luck on all my sales. And that's pretty much it. Nothing too crazy. I got you covered. I had a hard time with shipping. I had set or flat rate, but whatnot gave me the label ground something or another for an envelope. Wow, that sounds crazy. Yeah. I wouldn't do flat rate shipping on things that are big, because if it's clothes or stuff like that, I wouldn't do a flat rate shipping cost. Only if it's like little things that you're gonna sell that you can fit in the number 7 USPS box. That's how I would do it. Amazon comes same day. Ahoy! Oh, because you saw the thing. But yeah, guys, um, ask a couple more questions. We're gonna be on here for another 5 minutes, and then I gotta go eat my spaghetti. So you recommend using the max shipping option? I do on little things. So on like cards, if I'm only gonna be selling Pokemon in the Pokemon show, I'm doing a max shipping of $9.95 because they can put it in a number 7 USPS box, and that's how much it's gonna cost. Because I can fit a lot of those, and usually that never happens to put them in one of those boxes. I usually just put them in a big bubble mailer. So, for instance, like the show, like I think in this, can't remember what they paid, but this is 14 ounces. I mean, probably next to nothing. But and that's a way that they won't be charged over $9. So after $9, shipping is free, and you're never gonna. Yeah. Do you? Yeah, I weigh everything. I mean, if I know, I mean, of course, if I know what it's gonna weigh, I don't weigh it. But I weigh everything. I don't like ballpark the weight because then you'll lose money. You know, I found 4 purses. I found 4 purses and plush. I was killing myself trying to do max shipping. Yeah, I wouldn't do that at all. I would put like in my electronics when we do electronic shows. There's not max shipping. Like you buy an item, you're going to be charged shipping just because the weights are all over the place, and that's why I do individually weigh everything because everything weighs different. And yeah, agree with Angie. Heavier items will kill. Yeah, you don't. Yeah, dude. One time, and it's weird because shipping here and whatnot is crazy. So one time I sold like a massage chair back that you would put like on a computer chair, and the box was probably like it was huge. It was huge. And so that sold, I mean, it might have weighed like 30 pounds. And I think the shipping was only like 30 pounds or something like that. So it was weird. It was weird. But let's see here. Most sellers on here admit to not weighing. Yeah, you gotta weigh your item. Yeah. I mean, you don't want to cheat the system, guys. You don't want to cheat the system. Weigh your item, do it honestly. Um, yeah, and of course, what yeah, weigh your items. Weigh your items. I sell clothing and it usually fit the medium flat rate box. So shouldn't have it for flat so I shouldn't have it for flat rate. I sell clothing and it usually fit in the medium flat. Okay. So how many items of clothing are fitting in that medium flat rate box, right? So you can't use the flat rate boxes on I wouldn't recommend using flat rate boxes. Then USPS has something called a number 7 box that you can put stuff in. I don't know what the medium flat rate box is, but I don't know how many articles of clothing fit in that box that you're saying. But if a person buys way more stuff that is going to fit in that medium flat rate box, you got to get another bigger box. But that person was only charged for the medium flat rate, so you got to pay the difference of putting it in a bigger box. On the reverse, do you feel you can charge too much for shipping? I'm shipping some stuff that don't weigh as much as it came out when I shipped it. I don't know. What do you mean by that? On the reverse side, do you feel like you can charge too much for shipping? I mean, I'm not charging for shipping. Whatnot is charging for shipping. So, last thing you need is that an item that is a pound that is for sure that you put like 10 ounces on that you ship it to the person, and sometimes the post office sends the receiver a letter saying, "Hey, you have to pay the difference in the shipping." You don't want that, or they send it back to you because the shipping doesn't match up. But if it weighs an item and is calculating packaging, and the buyer purchases multiple items, then are they getting overcharged? Um, I don't think so. I mean, some people some people. I do all my shipping through Whatnot. I don't go like on Ship Hippo or Pirate Ship or anything like that. Like everything's on here. So whatever Whatnot thinks it's being charged, that's what it is. So, but if the weight's an item in calculating packaging, and buyer purchases multiple items, they're getting. I don't think they're getting. I don't think they're getting overcharged for sure. Where do you get your boxes for shipping larger items? I mean, American Bubble Boy. Shout out to American Bubble Boy. That's where I get most of the bigger boxes, but the majority of the boxes I get them free from USPS. I weigh all. I usually would enter it on my description where I'm a top rated plus seller, and that way I never come out of pocket. There you go. There you go. About shipping bags is that bag? What do you mean by shipping bags? Like when you purchase, like when you're selling an article of clothing and you're putting the clothing in the bag, and then putting the bag in a bubble mailer or a poly bag. 90 ounces and it was about you can do like you don't have to put there you can do specific ounces on there. I know that Whatnot. I see what you guys are saying now because they have like a uh, like a 14 to 15 ounce thing, right? But you can put like a designated ounceage on there. So depending on how many boxes you need, you order them and ship a ton. Otherwise, you're a local retailer and ask for free boxes. There you go. Dollar General, get some free boxes. Depends on who you're reselling. At this first show clothing, shipping bags like poly mailers, those are great. Yeah, poly mailers are great. You have to be good with poly mailers for your clothing. This is what happened to me. Yeah, USPS as well for me. I love poly mailers from You Pack and Ship. They're great quality and now expensive, not expensive at all. Great fun designs. Yeah, there you go. Or you can go to what is that? What's that? Our boy, we have a discount code, don't we, Kristen? What's where we get our poly mailers? When it comes to returns on this app, I do free returns on my other app, but I honestly only see no returns on every account. It seems no reach. I mean, people can reach out and say, "Hey," I mean, I've had plenty of times to where, "Hey, it came broken or whatever." I just refund the buyer. I just refund the buyer because I want that buyer to come back, and that's what I do. So Polymail, yeah, polymailers are great. Shout out to Juropack.com, polymailers and bubble mailers too. Use the code Squirrel Squad. Guys, we're giving you all the hints, all the tips, all the tricks. Squirrel Squad, polymailers and bubble mailers, Squirrel Squad, thermal printers. Come on now. Come on now. We need to make sure we put those codes into the podcast description, Kristen. Order from Amazon Pure Black to start. Guys, I know Amazon is cool, but I'm telling you, like Europack with the discount code, come on now. Come on now. I've decided that unless it's damaged or ripped, that I won't do returns unless there's something exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if they're getting a shirt and they don't like it for some other reason, like come on now. We're not gonna do all that. But yeah. But if it's something is wrong with the item that you shipped out, um yeah. Of course, if it's like a big ticket item or something like that, it all depends on the item, in my opinion. So, but I need a thermal printer. Any recommendations? Say yes, Sandra. Go to Jadens.com. Use the code Squirrel Squad and get you a printer. Get you a thermal printer. Okay. Jadens.com. Use the code Squirrel Squad. Drop it in the chat, Kristen, and get you a printer. 25% off. You get your labels there, you can get your printer there, okay? They got Bluetooth printers, they got regular printers. I would just recommend just a regular printer. USB to your computer, rocking and rolling. Drop it in the chat, Kristen, if you could please. Jadens.com, Squirrel Squad, 25% off. Bam. Yeah. Use the code Squirrel Squad. I mean, I feel like the thermal printer is going to save me a lot. Dude, you have no idea. So look at all this. Look at all this that I sold on Tuesday. If I had to use a regular printer and print these off and cut each individual label off and then tape it on here, not to mention I am paying money for the tape, I'm paying money for the paper, and I'm paying money for the ink that the printer is using. The thermal printer does not use any ink. And you're only purchasing the labels. Once you bought the thermal printer, you're done, and you just buy labels, and the labels are like pennies on the dollar. I had to reach out to Whatnot because they made two labels that were supposed to be in my rehearsal mode. It was actually made for you. Oh, nice. I sold over 200 items, and my scissors were, dude. At that point, I'm not. Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. Thermal is the way to go. I haven't bought an ink in 10 years. See, guys, Jadens.com, use the code Squirrel Squad. I just got a JD 468 in labels less than 100, and it's Bluetooth. There you go, guys. It's a good problem to have. Yeah, that is a good problem. Same printer for 10 years. See, guys? Label printers. Label printers. Guys, do me a huge solid. If you like videos like this, go make sure to bookmark all of our future shows. Do me that solid. If you're not following already, follow us here and follow our YouTube channel. We have a reselling podcast that we release each and every Thursday and each and every Sunday with my friends here, Kristen, a real squirrel, Joe with I Flip That, and Brennan with Big Time Flip. So if you haven't listened to the podcast, do me a favor. We talk all things reselling. We have all kinds of guests on there. This week in reselling, you can listen to it anywhere you listen to the podcast. So speaking, I do not know. I do not use ink. Speaking of shipping, do you add inventory list of purchasing products to their shipping? It depends on. That's a great question. If it's a new buyer, I do. If it's a repeat buyer, I don't. That's how I do it. So that's just me. So I like to treat the new buyers a little special. So with the new buyer, I usually throw in like either a podcast sticker or a Nashville Flipper sticker in there, and I'll put it. We have a little business card that has all of our information on there. I'll throw that in there, and yeah. But if they're a repeat buyer, I usually don't because they're kind of, they're like, all right, these guys are legit. We're gonna buy, you know. So if anybody would follow me, I would very gratefully from tomorrow. Let's all follow Sandra. Click on Sandra. Sandra, what kind of items are you selling tomorrow? First, watch your shows on YouTube. Stay watching for fun. Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. eBay 29. Yeah, so Ken, SSK promo, Kristen, a real squirrel. So those are some of the homies right there. So yeah. So bookmark Sandra's show, first show. Go over there and give her a follow. But I like doing this. So if you guys have any questions, we'll do more of this. Women's and pre-loved clothing, some beauties. Okay, XL women's, nice. Got you. My first show is on Saturday. Nervous. Yeah, we'll definitely be following you. Got all your shows. So, and see, this is good to grow is because you're here and we're talking about different shows and all that stuff. So I'm going to try to do this again next Thursday. No promises, but we'll try to do this next Thursday as well. So thank y'all so much. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. Shout out to Ken. Shout out to Kristen for helping as well. And let's go raid somebody else. Fireball Flipper, a girl man.